Glad to have you with us from First Bank Stadium in Music City, USA, Nashville, Tennessee. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. It's the Mississippi State Bulldogs and the Vanderbilt Commodores. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe, some interesting storylines setting up in this one.
Checking in with the Mississippi State head coach before the game, Coach said his message to the team this week is we have got to play every single game like it's a playoff game. They have done well in the conference so far, and he wants to continue that dominance, but consistency is the key. He keeps telling his team we just have to go 1-0 this week to keep that consistent approach going. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. The Commodores ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Fluff Bothwell. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
On third down, here's Bothwell. That'll be enough to give Mississippi State a fresh set of downs.
And I think on that last run play on third down here early in the game, they're making a statement that we believe we're the more physical team and we're going to run the football even if you know it's coming at you. Nice job. They've got the ball at midfield. I expect to see more run plays coming up.
The Bulldogs will have it 1st and 10. Taylor wants to throw it. Can hold on in the face of the contact.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Coaches look at this stat every single football game. How do you execute on 3rd down? And a lot of times, man, it's about being in position and making plays, and that's exactly what he did. The right spot, breaking on the football, being physical, setting the tone in this football game.
Guys, look at this. I'm surprised they're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th down. Snapped on 4th down. He'll pull it down and run. He slides past the 1st down marker and picks it up on 4th.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Rolls right. He'll pull it down. He's run out of bounds and didn't gain an inch on the play. Guys, let's talk a little bit about Mississippi State. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding.
Makes the grab in their space. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
Taylor wants to throw. Escapes the pressure to his right. Unleashes one. Out wide right, it's Evans. He'll be stopped, but not before. He carries it down to the 9-yard line, and that's why you get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And the Bulldogs line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd and goal.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
And this D's given up a lot of yards, and it looks like a failed possession. But right here, they get a chance to save it. Nice job. They're forcing a passing 3rd and goal situation here. Got to stay sticky to these wide receivers. One more down, and it would look like a really bad possession can turn into a field goal and a win for this defense.
Wants to throw for it on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Right on the money, and he makes the grab in the end zone. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Hits inside. It's Alexander. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Looking for a man. It's Carter. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball.
Can't hang on. He muffs it.
And these punt returners only get so many opportunities to try to make plays, and do they want to make them? So much space back there when you punt them the football. But the thing is, look at all these guys flying down the field, all the speed on the field for that punt coverage team, and you could tell they caught up with him and forced the fumble.
Took a shot as he threw. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Oh, look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it.
I got to tell you, man, I'm impressed. Not with the throw, not with the decision, but how the offense flew around after the interception, getting to the ball, David, and creating that fumble.
And I think the QB breathing a big sigh of relief. You thought you made a game-changing pick, but how about flying to the football, like you said, making the tackle, getting the football out, recovering it, and, getting a first down. That's how you do it.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. They give it to him again. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time.
Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. Snaps it, and he has to have it. And he's sacked. A big play on 4th down to stop this drive.
And, man, a lot of times it's hard to outrun that blitz, and they bring pressure. They push him outside of the pocket. Nice job covering downfield. Nobody open. He can't find a place to go with the football, and this is exactly what you should do. Keep hunting. Keep chasing. They finally catch him. Get the big sack on 4th down.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Here's a give to Bothwell. Taken down. The Bulldogs are in the hurry-up. Taylor wants to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. With the catch, it's Johnson. As we head to the quarter break, Mississippi State has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. So 1st down here as they go back to work. Going left, Fluff Bothwell. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
That back had nowhere to go. The defensive line ate up the blocks, but how about the linebacker swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
Defense loves to show heat and try to confuse the quarterback. On play action. They're all over him. Caught. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
And that's why, as a former quarterback, man, I love these drag routes, because if you get the right coverage and it's man-to-man and someone gets picked or can't keep up with your receiver, you just put it out nicely in front of them, they're going to make the catch, and they're going to take it a long way. Really great execution. Nice job by the receiver creating separation, and beautiful throw out in front of the target.
Handoff, Fluff Bothwell. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for light.
Motion from the wideout. Taylor wants to throw. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Makes the catch, plenty of room, feet down in the end zone. On to attempt the try. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. They march 58 yards for the touchdown on that one. And they cap things off with a scoring toss from 27 yards out.
Number 8, set to kick this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Commodores offense onto the field, ready to start the drive. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Quarterback changing the play. Second down to the air. Fires to the wideout. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Got some room to run. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And they'll take over 1st and 10.
Great place to start for this offense. Here's a give to Bothwell. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. And the Bulldogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. Tight end now in motion. Sells to fake. Moves to his right. Turning it on. Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8. Now on 1st and goal, let's see what Mississippi State does. He'll keep it himself. And they get to him early, and he'll be knocked down for a loss of 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with it. Nope, here comes the flag. So they'll have to overcome the intentional grounding call. It's 3rd and goal. Little bit of uncertainty there. Play clock down to 4, and they'll call a timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Taylor wants to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Out wide left, it's Taylor. He'll be stopped right there. They threw it short of the goal line, and now they've got some ground to cover on 4th down.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Hang on just a second. I think they're going to try to get the touchdown here. Man, this could be a gamble, guys. They could come up empty. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. He's looking to throw. Buying time to his right. Lets it fly. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Down in the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Straight ahead, it's Alexander.
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just finds his way into the end zone, and this is a golden opportunity to put 6 up on the board with that guy in your backfield.
Back's got it on the screen. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Gets rid of it. Hauls it in. Oh, he's got some space. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. And the Commodores come to the line with a new set of downs. Moving the pocket, it's Carter. Here comes the heat. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
I think sometimes as a quarterback, when your offense is struggling, you don't have any points up on the board yet here at the end of the first half. You're just trying to take a shot to see if your guy can make a play. And that time, he thought he had the...
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Flying down the right side.
And this defense comes up with a big play, and not just the break on the ball, the catch, nice hands in the INT, but taking it almost all the way back for a touchdown, and this offense licking their chops on the 1-yard line, ready to punch this in.
Now on the move. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Mississippi State. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. To the air, it's Carter. Look out! And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Second and long here. Changing the routes with his receivers. And back to the air on second down. Right side, it's Alexander. They bring him down, but it'll be first down at the 42. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Drops back on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, gonna throw it. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
If I'm the offensive coordinator right here, man, I'm trying to find some easy gimmies. I'm trying to find a way to make this offense easier right now because everything seems hard. Like last week too, man, just completion percentage is not great. This offense is just not moving like it should, and they got to find some ways to make this thing easier.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Going downfield for the big play. Goes high to pull it in. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Left side is Spence. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Making the adjustment on the play. Looking downfield, it's Carter. Moving out to the right. Unleashes to the end zone. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
One of the biggest days of the college football season, and we've got you covered here from the EA Sports Studios in Orlando. Let's lead things off with Houston, taking on the number 8 team, the Cincinnati Bearcats. And it's the Cougars sneaking out of here with an upset victory, but have to see how the rankings shake up following this outcome. This ball club now stands at 7 wins. They've assured themselves at the very least of a better than 500 regular season.
Wants to throw one first. Spits it out to the back. Out wide right, it's Alexander. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
And, man, this dude has been a weapon early in this football game. They just keep finding him. And the matchups are a problem. You want to put a linebacker on him, he's too fast for him. Continues to make catches, continues to chew up yards. You might want to think about putting a safety on him or somebody with a little bit more speed.
The Commodores can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking long. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
I love the defensive mentality coming out here early in the third quarter. They've got the lead. They know the offense is going to be aggressive and start taking shots. A really nice play call that time, and an even better job in the back end in the secondary being ready for it. It just feels, guys, in this game like the defense is staying.
Turning on the Jets. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets them a first at the 29. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
And this is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what.
A shot toward the end zone. A full dive to haul that one in.
Man, that's a tough play to make. When you're that far down the field and you're trying to control your body and run as you're laying out, that's a really great effort, really good concentration, and that is how you make.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. Lining up to add another. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. Still a lot of time to go here in the third quarter, but they want the ball back right now with an onside kick. The Bulldogs will use their first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Yeah, I know you're down. I think it's always hard of when to pull the trigger, when to be aggressive. And listen, they decided it was time. It's the third quarter. Got to make something happen. Got to make a play. Unfortunately, it was just unsuccessful.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Direct snap. Going for the goal line. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Gets it into the end zone. PAT unit on the field. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. There's no question this team is reeling down 28-7, and they have to find a way to get a score on the board with this drive. And it's picked off for the third time today.